up, swashbucklers? You're listening to Under the Crossbones, episode number 113. Lucky 113. Not so much, as we'll find out. Welcome to the show. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for telling your friends. Thanks for playing with us on Facebook. Thanks for, all that kind of good stuff, because it's you that keeps the old ship afloat, and I appreciate it a whole bunch. So here we are, episode number 113. Fun fact about the number 113. In enduro racing, which is a cross-country motorcycle racing sport, 113 is regarded as an unlucky number to be given to a race entrant, and they colloquially know it as a blind pew. It's given to riders who have had more than 2 events canceled immediately after they have entered them, or as we may call it, jumping the shark. And so if they have more than 2 events canceled right after they enter them, then they give them the number 113, and they call it a blind pew. Now, interesting connection to our little world here. Blind Pew, is the blind pirate in Treasure Island who delivers the black spot to Billy Bones. I have no idea why that would be connected to a number in motorcycle racing, but there it is. So there's our little connection for today to the number 113. My guest on the show today, man, I've been excited to bring this one to you. My guest on the show today is Rich Firato, who is also known as Captain Vito Cortana, and he is the proprietor of Morgan's Cove in Morgan Hill, California, which is about a half hour from me here in San Jose. If you're in Northern California and you haven't seen this yet, you have to. You just have to, and there will be information for how you can do that. If you're coming to Northern California anytime soon, this is worth a trip to Morgan Hill. Morgan Hill is a little bit out there. Unless you're going to Gilroy for some garlic, there's not a ton out there you would be going to do. Maybe if you're going to Gilroy Gardens or something like that. But it's worth a special trip to Rich's house. Yes, his house, to see Morgan's Cove. All right, this is really cool. He has a very large house and a very large property in a very nice neighborhood of Morgan Hill. And he has done to his yard what so many of us would love to do to our yards, had we the money, time, and space. He has turned it into a pirate paradise, a tropical pirate paradise. The giant sailing ship in the front yard is just the beginning. And then you go into the cove, and there's water features, and there's relaxing palm trees, and there's skeletons, and there's ships, and there's pirates, and there's treasure. It is so totally amazing and cool that this is the dream yard that all of us pirates want. And you definitely need to see it. So we're going to talk to Rich about how it all came about, and it's got great stories about it, so you're really going to enjoy this interview. I also took some video while I was there visiting so that you could see what we are talking about. So if you go to the show notes at underthecrossbones.com/113, you can see the video that I shot. It's about 8 minutes of video. And you can, and honestly, I'm no filmmaker. It does not do the place justice, but at least you can see some of what we're talking about and the amazing things that this guy has done with his yard. Yard doesn't even seem like a proper term for what this is. Like, I mean, I have a yard. My yard has my recording studio in it and some tools and some dead grass. That's my yard. This guy's yard is not a yard. It is a large piece of property. And it is completely done up like a tropical pirate paradise. It's amazing. You're going to love it. The talk is great. Make sure to watch the video. So, in fact, you might even want to watch the video before you listen to the rest of this so that you have an idea of what we're talking about in the video. But either way, you want to do it is fine. Woo! It's good. You're going to like it. Other than that, man, my girlfriend was sick all week. And so I pretty much stayed around the house, taking care of her, making her bland foods for her bad stomach. I learned how to make Chinese rice porridge. So that was something new I accomplished this week. Because, see, her mom always used to make her rice porridge when she was sick. And her mom's not around anymore. And so she said, oh, I want some rice porridge. Turns out it's super easy to make. It's really easy. It's water and it's rice and some ginger and kind of whatever else you want to throw in it. And then you just simmer it until the rice falls apart. That's pretty much it. So there you go. Recipe for Chinese rice porridge. I'm not a fan of it myself, but hey, if you like it. I used chicken broth. Gives it a little more flavor. So that was my week. I was taking care of her, being a good boyfriend. I cleaned the entire kitchen yesterday, baking soda and water. There's a cleaning tip for you. That'll get all the grunge off your stove if you need to do that. So I spent some time doing that. Yeah, I worked with my online guitar students. I was doing a bunch of work with them. If you want to learn how to play guitar, just send me an email. I got a program I can hook you up with. It's really good. You'll hear more about it later on. But anyway, so I spent time just pretty much cooking and cleaning and teaching guitar for the last week, and that's weird to not be out and about. But out and about is coming up soon. Oh, you know what I did? Costco. I never advocate hating people on this show because it's not a good way to go through life. You should not hate large groups of people by any means. But there are certain people who deserve a degree of dislike. And here's one of them. The guy at Costco who pulls his cart up, stops and leaves it in the middle of the aisle, blocking everything, and then grabs himself 2 sample cups from the sample table for himself. He's there by himself. Leaves his cart in the aisle, grabs himself 2 sample cups. That guy should be keelhauled. That guy should be strung up by his toes because that was entirely not cool to see that. And not grabbed 2 cups for himself. All right, you get away with it. He grabbed the last 2 cups for himself. Of orange chicken, man. When you're going through Costco and you see the orange chicken sample, that's a good sample. Like, I've been to Costco on days where the samples are like things you don't want. You're like, oh, seaweed, fantastic. No, I don't even want to sample that. It's just, just nothing, right? No good sample. This was a good sample day. Orange chicken, dude. I was coming up. I saw a sample. I saw there's 3 samples left. There's a lady coming from my left. There's a dude coming from the right, and I'm coming straight on. Dude blocks my way with his cart, grabs the 2 sample cups, and bolts after the lady who'd grabbed just 1 for herself because she knows the rules. And that guy made me angry. That guy deserves some punishment for that, and I don't know how to punish him for that. I should have called him out in public. That would have been fun, but I just got on with my shopping instead. Oh, but that guy's evil. So I am getting back on the road next week. If you want to come see me tell some jokes, do so. Wednesday, October the 25th, I will be at the Diamond Joe Casino in Dubuque, Iowa. Friday and Saturday, October 27, 28, I'll be at Penguins Comedy Club in Cedar Rapids. And then right after that, November 3rd and 4th, Orlando, Florida. Been talking about it. Tickets are available now. I will be headlining 2 nights in Orlando, Florida at the Bonkers Comedy Club there. To get your tickets, they're only $10. Go to underthecrossbones.com/Orlando. That's underthecrossbones.com/Orlando to get tickets to see me for 2 nights in Orlando, Florida. I know there's a lot of you guys that listen out there, so I'm hoping you'll come out for this one. I want to see how it goes. It's going to be a fun show, so definitely be out there. I will be cruising in high gear. Minnesota, Wisconsin coming up after that, some California dates, things like that. Go to underthecrossbones.com. Click on the tour dates button, and you can find all the places that I will be out and about telling jokes. And, of course, join us over on Facebook.com/UnderTheCrossbones. Twitter, we're at UnderCrossbones. Make sure you're subscribed, all that good stuff. Show notes for this show will be at UnderTheCrossbones.com/113. All right, let's do this, shall we? Let's get into my interview with Rich Firato, a.k.a. Captain Vito Cortana of Morgan's Cove. Dig it. This is amazing what you have built here, and this is exactly what I wanted to build when I was a kid after riding Pirates of the Caribbean 4 or 5 times. I was like, yeah, this is what I want my house to be, and you've actually done it. And I'm going to post some video that go along with this episode so everybody can see what we're talking about here. But how did this start? How did you come to the pirate thing to begin with?
Well, we moved into this house in 2000, and my cousin Timmy Barcy was doing some remodeling.
Okay.
And he had a guy here that looked like a real Daniel Boone with a long hair and had a pierced earring and on one side and had a fishing hook on the other side and
nice.
A tooth necklace. And he's the one that told me that he has this idea for this yard in my backyard.
Okay.
And then we went out on their break. They had a beer after dinner, after we were getting done. And Timmy said that, that cabana that you were in, we should turn that into the captain's quarters.
Okay.
And from the captain's quarters, we put 2 chairs in there and started looking out to nothing. And Fisherman Doug was this guy's name.
Okay.
And he said, hey, take me home and let me show you what I created in my house. So I drove him to Willow Glen. And when I went in his house looked like Tom Sawyer's Island at Disneyland.
Nice.
Everything was just bitching. And he says, I have this vision for your yard.
Okay.
And we're going to build it as if we were stranded there in Morgan Hill, and we can only go to the dumps and the salvage yards to get material.
Okay.
Home Depot and Ace Hardware can only be used for structural stuff.
All right.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
So this guy with long hair, earring, you ain't right type of attitude, tells me he needs 3 eucalyptus trees, 300 feet tall.
All right. That's a good start.
What the hell are you going to do with 3 eucalyptus trees?
Yeah.
He's like, we're going to cut them down and use them as material.
No kidding.
I couldn't believe it.
Huh.
So I found a guy that had 3 trees, sent him out there. He had a cigarette in his mouth and a truck and a trailer. And he went out there and spent 10 hours just cutting these trees down into 10-foot, 12-foot, and 8-foot lengths.
Huh.
Next thing you know, next day we brought him here and we started building huts as if we were stranded here.
Okay.
And this is how it started.
Wow. So were you like a pirate type guy before, or was it just this guy doing your yard who was like, I got this vision, let's do it?
This guy in the yard.
Wow.
Fisherman Doug. So when we started, we started with a tropical island because we started in 2000.
Okay.
And we just started building palm trees and different tropical things to fit what we had.
Okay.
It wasn't until 2003 when we went and saw the pirate movies.
Yeah.
Then we freaked out.
Okay.
Oh, my God. I want the ship. I want the rigging. I want all these props. But you couldn't buy the props.
Right.
So Fisherman Doug started introducing me to his friends. First came Hawaiian Brian. Brian the Brush. Okay. Rigger Tim. Jimmy and Chucky the Jap. Now, all these guys had traits. Jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah.
But they knew how to build shit.
Okay.
Out of shit.
Yeah.
And so I hired him.
Yeah.
And then Fisherman Doug would run him. Hawaiian Brian did all the rigging. And we just started going to town. And we just kept evolving. And whatever I saw on the screen or Fisherman Doug would go build it.
Wow.
And then he taught me how to build these things.
Okay.
And then he taught me how to buy all the nitfacts that you see around here, all the little artifacts.
Yeah, because, I mean, this is just jam-packed with cool stuff. Everywhere you look is something more and more interesting to look at.
Fisherman Doug taught me how to buy these things.
Okay.
Because there's a whole system behind it. Otherwise, you're just buying clutter and junk.
Right. Okay.
So the first rule is you take off all your jewelry.
Okay.
And take your credit cards out of your wallet.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
That's
definitely.
first.
Right. Yeah.
Okay?
That's why my girlfriend doesn't take her nice purses to the car dealership. Yeah.
And rough up your hair.
Right.
Okay. You don't want anything you see.
Yeah.
So we walk in the store and he says, the first thing that you see, if you really like it, right, you have to leave the store.
Okay.
Get in your car, start the car. Then ask yourself, do I really want what I just saw?
Oh, yeah.
If the answer is yes, you go buy it.
Okay.
Okay. That's the first thing. The second thing, you never buy the second thing that you see because your mind is going to where it's going to go, what you're kind of looking for, and it has an idea.
Sure.
The third thing is what you buy.
Okay.
Because you know where it's going to go.
Yeah.
And so then that's how we started. And then we go to garage sales, flea markets, estate sales, looking for shit that I could turn into treasure.
It looks like you've gone through that decision tree thousands of times.
Every time you find something, you look at it. Is it what you want? Is it what you need? Even with the lamp here on the desk.
Okay.
Okay, same drill.
Yeah.
So that when you buy something, you know where it's going to go.
Right.
But when you get to the Cove, whatever it is, it stays outside for 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
Until you really think about where it's going to go.
Okay.
How it's going to fit. And what's the purpose behind it.
Okay.
It's really scientific to make this place look at what you see and how it looks.
Yeah.
Otherwise, anybody could do it.
And okay, so now what do you call this part of it that we're sitting in?
This is the cave.
The cave, okay.
We're in the cave. And the cave started, we were in Sunnyvale. Fisherman Doug at a pirate store.
Okay, of course he did.
And in this pirate store, there was a little display area about 3 or 4 feet wide. And it had this roofing paper as a roof to make it look like rock.
Okay.
And Fisherman Doug goes, oh, man, look at that. We could do the whole garage like that, dude, to be bitching. And I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? And he's like, look at this. And he showed me.
Yeah.
Right? And so what we're looking at the store was one little section, 3x4.
Okay.
This guy, Fisherman Doug, he wanted the whole garage.
Yeah.
Look at the garage.
Right. It's
My
amazing.
God, we probably went through 100 rolls of roofing paper.
I believe it.
And to make it look like a cave. And when
Yeah.
you drop the lights down, it really looks like
does. It's a great technique.
cave.
Yeah.
So to real example of that, and I know you guys can't hear it, but see it. But if you look on the horizon here, the cave, you see the ship exiting the cave.
Oh, yeah.
And so it just looks real from the photo to the rock as if you're just sailing on out of here.
That's amazing. So you said you started all this in 2000, and we're 17 years into that now, and you've just been collecting a little bit at a time, little bit at a time, little bit at a time. Do you still add to it?
Every day.
Really?
This place with the tour that you went on today,
Uh-huh.
it looks like this every single day because you never know who's going to come through that gate.
Right.
You just don't know.
Yeah.
And I don't know. So I always have to be prepared. And when we started, I went online in one of our videos and said, if you have enough guts to knock on my door, I'll stop and give you a tour. And so I've been doing that now and had to put a sign on the front door and my phone number so that people can call and make an appointment to do tours.
That's amazing. And this is a really nice neighborhood, in really nice part of Morgan Hill. What do your neighbors think of it?
The neighbors, they don't really say much to me because I don't abuse what I have here.
Okay.
All right. And I'm very friendly and I'm very involved in the community.
Sure.
And so I'm involved with the Chamber of Commerce. I do all the entertainment for Morgan Hill, for the music. So I don't violate my rights of overstepping my bounds.
Okay.
If we have a function here, it ends at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
So there's no getting the neighbors upset.
Okay. Yeah.
And so we're very conscious of it.
And I imagine they've all been on the tour.
They've been on the tour. They know what I'm doing, and we don't really do anything that impacts or is an inconvenience.
Sure.
Because
That's
this
amazing.
is my passion. I don't do this to impress you or anybody that comes by. I love it. So, and I live it. And so it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's
and
normal.
So do you just have people that just kind of are driving by and they go, oh my God, what's that? Or if they've heard of it or something and they just kind of show up?
All the above.
Really?
Yes. I've had to put my character name, Vito Cortana, on the sign so that when people call, I'm looking for Vito, I know what they want to tour. I know who they are, what they want.
Usually when you call, I'm looking for Vito, it could be anything. There's a lot of that could be a secret password in a lot of ways.
A lot of ways. Here in Morgan Hill, it's catching on real quick.
Yeah, I'm sure. So what do you do? So this is a passion project. This is not a profit thing necessarily. How do you afford all this? Because when people see it, they're going to be mind blown.
I've been in the janitorial business for 35 years.
Okay.
So I do a lot of cleaning, self-employed, been that way since all my life.
Nice.
And so I was taught very young just to, follow your passions, follow your dream, work hard. And that's what I've done. And this is like a passion that hasn't stopped.
Yeah.
It never stops. It just keeps revolving.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Somebody will come up with an idea and I'll act on it.
Okay.
And that's what you see here.
What would have happened if all this went in, or at least the first stages of it, and you were like, I really don't like this that much?
People have asked me that. It's funny you say that because underneath these walls in the cave is all my racing memorabilia. I used to race go-karts.
Okay.
And we got tired of go-kart. We just covered it up.
Oh, all right.
And so I don't know what would happen if I didn't become the pirate of Morgan Hill.
Yeah.
But now that I am the pirate, and I enjoy it. It's fun.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, absolutely. And have you? Because you mentioning that you do you produce entertainment for the local festivals and stuff, which Morgan Hill always has great festivals, Mushroom Mardi Gras and stuff like that. Does the pirate thing ever seep into that?
No, never seeps into it. I used to put a flag up at the Mushroom Mardi Gras because we have our own pirate flag. Every pirate captain has their own flag.
Sure,
I have mine.
What does yours look like?
It's Crossbones. No, you'll have to see it.
Okay,
I'll show it to you. Show you here. But yeah, it's a cool little logo,
nice.
Pirate logo. Different. You'll know when you see it. You'll know it's the Pirate of Morgan Hill.
Nice. I feel like it should have garlic instead of a skull. You're very close to go, right?
Well, the garlic's a little ways down the way. That's only in July.
Down the road. Yeah. Oh, this is just so amazing. Because when I was a kid, we'd go on Pirates of the Caribbean, like I said, and this is what we did for Halloween. Is this kind of stuff. Never this extravagant, but this is what we were always aiming for. To see it in real life is so fantastic. And kids, grandkids?
Just kids. I'm going to have my first grandchildren next month. A little girl.
Oh, congratulations.
My first grandchild.
That's fantastic. So how old? So your kids were teenagers when you started doing
Teenagers
this?
when I started. Now, when I started this with my wife and the teenagers, I sat them down outside and I told them, hey, guys, this is my hobby, my passion. There is no guilt here.
Yeah.
You could watch me work, slave, all day long, eating your lunch and you're drinking your sodas, and you don't have to get up and help me.
Okay,
unless you want to.
Yeah.
Other than that, sit there and watch me. I could sweat all day, bust my ass. There is no guilt.
Yeah.
So this is what I do, and so there it is. So
that's amazing.
They've just kind of watched. They've watched.
They took you up on that deal.
They very much. They took me right up on it, and they watch, and they're just amazed. It's just evolved. It really has.
That's so great. So tell us the story of the ship that's kind of the centerpiece of at least the first stage of what you got there.
Fisherman Doug always told me that we would have a boat.
Okay.
Where, how, we didn't really know.
Yeah.
And for 12 years, that was the idea of buying an old sailboat and then making it look like a pirate ship.
Okay.
That would be a cool thing to do. Until I saw this pirate ship on YouTube. And it was just a perfect match. But to call the guy up, his name was Terry Reiner in British Columbia.
Okay.
And he told me, if you have enough coin in your treasure chest, you can own this ship. And I was like, oh, my God. And so when I told him I was the pirate of Morgan Hill, he kind of laughed at me.
Yeah.
He went and checked out some of our websites and our videos. And then he got to know me, and then he told me, he's all, Rich, you don't need to come here because I'm just going to ship the boat to you and have a crew and have a crane and a place for me to stay, and I'll show you what I built, how I built it, and we'll put it back together.
Okay.
And so I made a lifelong friend, and it was a real cool addition to the Cove.
Yeah, absolutely. What was the name of the ship again? I'm sorry.
The Lady Morgan.
The Lady Morgan, of course.
The Lady Morgan.
Of course it is, yeah.
Yes.
And did the ship come with all the stuff in it?
No, the ship came with nothing in it.
Okay.
Okay, we put all the treasure in it. Well, the treasure we didn't put in there. We went and commandeered it from our friendly Spaniard friends. That's how we got all that treasure. And but no, in reality, in the community, the community, there's a couple pawn shops in town that supplied me with the treasure.
Nice.
There's a nonprofit in town that does clothing for the kids, and she gets a lot of jewelry brought in. And so the community brings me a lot of the costume jewelry that you see.
Okay, nice.
Kind of cool.
Nice, yeah. And who did the animatronic?
The guy that did the animatronic was your friend that told you about me.
Yeah?
Mike
Yes.
Sosa.
Yeah.
He's the one that builds my pirate cruise. Did
Okay.
a great job on that. And he's just a real talented guy. He was a guy that liked pirates, was driving by one day and saw the pirate ship and just
Oh, no kidding.
knocked on the door and said, dude, I got to see what you got going on. And we became friends.
Nice.
He made me this table right here that you're looking at.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And I made a map of the Cove of what you see.
Uh-huh.
And he's just a real talented guy when it comes to these characters of pirates.
Okay.
And so we've been using him since I met him.
Yeah.
And he's put, I think, 23 pirate crew, 24.
Okay.
Pirates
All the
here.
skeletons
All
and,
the
and stuff around.
skeletons.
And was he the one that did the voiceover too?
Killer. Mike Killingsworth is the gentleman who did the voiceover. He's been with me for 25 years.
Nice.
And I wrote the script and had it recorded for Mike, and it just fit natural.
That's
It's got
so
that
neat.
natural voice.
That's so neat. Have you? So you say people have literally just been driving by, and because you can kind of see the ship from the street.
The ones that are into pirates,
Yeah.
the ones that it touches, they stop.
Okay.
And if they stop and they knock on the door, they call me because I know it took a lot for them to stop
Right.
and ask a stranger, what is that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I grant them a tour.
That's so great.
And I just stop what I'm doing and do it because it was so much for them to stop
Sure.
and find me.
Yeah.
I want to surprise them. And they have no idea what they're going to see.
Yeah.
None. The boat from over the fence is just
That's just the tip of the iceberg.
Tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, because there's so much stuff here. It's just amazing, and it's really great. So now, is there a plan in that? Are you just kind of waiting for people to show up and see it, or do you go out and promote it? Or
I don't. Well, that's a good question because for the last 17 years, I was never one to go and promote Morgan's Cove because it's always been a kept secret. The plan for this, there is a plan.
Okay.
The plan is that Morgan's Cove becomes a historical site.
Okay.
For Morgan's Hill. In the future.
Okay.
And the only way I could really do that is to make movies, write books and short stories,
Sure.
monetize them,
Yeah.
so that my family can continue to pay the crews to maintain the facility.
Sure.
Because it's not their passion.
Right.
Nor do I want it to be their passion.
Right.
But if I can create my stories and get them made into movies because this place is so unique, right, then I'll be able to fulfill it being a historical site because it's so bitchin'.
Right.
How could you get rid of it?
Yeah, absolutely.
You couldn't.
Yeah, it's amazing. So tell me about the projects that you're working on for that.
So the projects we're working on that is we've written my first novel called The Disappearance of Vito Cortana.
Okay.
And what that is about is it just explains how a local community guy, myself, turns pirate, turns mafia to laundry all the gold that we commandeer from the Spaniards back in the golden age of the piracy and hide it from everybody's noses in the community. And that's the story that we got going on. And then the newest book out is Dartanian the Daydreamer. And Dartanian is a kid in a local school, elementary, in 5th grade.
Okay.
And the kid always gets in trouble. Well, he doesn't get in trouble, but he's being bullied by these kids in class. So he kind of just separates to himself, and he looks out the window and he daydreams. And the teacher doesn't wake him up because when he wakes up, he gets all freaked out.
Okay.
So his punishment is, at the end of the class period, he's got to get in front of the class and tell them what he was dreaming about.
Okay.
And the kids become a pretty good storyteller. So on the way to school, there's a school bus that parks right in front of Morgan's Cove. Well, his parents drop him off one day early because he's scared of the bullies. And so he runs across the street to the Cove, and he sticks his head through the fence, and he sees the skeletons, the same ones that you saw. But when he sees them, they become real.
Okay.
And he transfers into this pirate world. And as he goes in, a timid little kid, the pirates take him in as Dartanian the Daydreamer. And now he's Master Dartanian. And they teach him how to run a ship, how to run a map, how to fight and do things. And he confides into the pirates and the Captain Vito that he's getting bullied. And so the story is that Vito teaches him how to deal with these bullies through them running the ship with his crew. So when he goes back to class, he starts his own crew, and he confronts the bullies.
I
cool
like
little
it.
story, and it's fun. But when you buy this book online at morganscovetreasurehunt.com, you'll see videos of this place. You might have a chance to win the treasure that Dartanian's looking for.
Okay.
And that's $10,000 in real silver coins here at the Cove.
So tell us about that contest you're running.
So the contest is that when you buy the book, you go online. It's an ebook online at morganscovetreasurehunt.com.
Okay.
It's a $7.99 ebook to read about Dartanian and how he's dealing with the bullies.
Yeah.
In this book, he goes on a treasure hunt with the pirates, and they bury the treasure here at Morgan's Cove. And so one lucky kid will win a silver ticket and get a treasure map to go after that same treasure that Dartanian buried here at the Cove and really win the money.
Amazing.
It's a cool little thing. And so we're just trying to sell our ebooks and doing something completely different.
Yeah.
Because I'm not an editor, I'm not a publisher, I'm not a distributor, but I'm becoming those things.
Sure.
Because no one's heard of Morgan's Cove,
right,
or The Pirate of Morgan Hill, or my book, Dartanian the Daydreamer.
So you do a little Willy Wonka trick.
A little Willy Wonka trick in there, and we just kind of see where we go with our stories, because once you come here, like yourself, you want to see more. You want to hear more.
Absolutely.
You want to hear everything, because look around you.
Yeah.
How the hell did you... Why?
Yeah. This is a place where when you see it, you go, oh my gosh, I have to bring all my friends here now.
It's pretty much, people don't believe it. And so when you go try to explain it to your listeners, even show them some of the videos, it does nothing to when you really come here.
Right.
So all the hype in the world, this is the only place where the hype will surpass the hype.
Yeah.
Because when you say, oh, the guy's yard is all pirates, it's like, well, you're thinking miniature, little this, little that. Well, this is real.
Yeah. No,
it's actual
amazing.
size.
Yeah.
It's because we travel back through our time travel machine, and we bring things back.
What's the farthest away visitors you've had?
West Virginia.
Wow.
2 weeks ago. They were driving by in the wine trail, because there's a wine trail signs.
Right.
And they were coming from Guglielmo's winery right around the corner.
Okay.
And all of a sudden they're coming down, they got a little buzz, and the guy goes, my God, there's a pirate ship. So they stopped and made a U-turn and drove right in, and they told me they're from West Virginia. And I was like, oh my God, here we go.
That's fantastic. Yeah, if
Cleveland, West Virginia, Cleveland, that's kind of the same distance.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
That's so great. Yeah, I mean, if you're visiting anywhere near San Francisco Bay Area, we're an hour and a half probably from San Francisco, roughly. Yeah, so it's worth the trip down here to check it out. It's really, and I only had to drive half an hour, so lucky me. Yeah, what I can't figure out is how I did not know about this place that's been here all this time.
Well, because it's Morgan Hill's best kept secret.
It definitely is. Yeah. Does that show Bay Area Backroads still exist?
Not anymore. I tried getting a hold of that guy, and something like that would be really cool. But you never know.
Yeah. Well, I hope we can bring more people here because this is so fun and so fantastic. Do you ever throw like events here?
Yes, I do. So what I do with the community, we used to have big pirate parties here.
Okay.
And they got really crazy, safe and fun. But now what we do is we do dinner auctions.
Oh, neat.
So in this room, in this table here, we will have a dinner for 8.
Okay.
And my wife and I dress as pirates. And you'll auction this off at a nonprofit. It'll go for $1,500 to $2,000. We'll get a winery to do a wine pairing with the dinner, get a local caterer. Everyone will come, cater the food, put the wine there, serve us. And I just tell pirate stories to these group of 8 people here.
Nice.
And they just love it. They come dressed as pirates, and we're dressed as pirates, and they have no idea where they're coming to.
Sure.
They've only heard of Morgan's Cove, and this place is really cool.
Okay.
So when they get here, they really, it's fun.
Yeah, I'll bet. And what kind of organizations have you raised money for that?
I did this for Healthier Kids Foundation, the Chamber of Commerce, the Rotary, the Kiwanis. Most of all, Dream Power in Morgan Hill.
Okay.
A lot of different things.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you are very involved in the local community, and are you like, is a crazy pirate guy again? Or what do other people think of it?
They'll say that there's the pirate.
Okay.
He's the pirate. He's the one with the ship. And I get a lot of that at the Friday Night Music Series because I do that and the Mushroom Mardi Gras and the Taste of Morgan Hill. So when people see me, they kind of have an idea that I'm the pirate, or they'll come up and say I'm the pirate, or they'll come and ask, can I have a tour?
Okay.
Things like that.
So fun.
All right, look behind you. See this? This is the Lady Morgan right here.
Oh, okay.
Now, this wedding dress was my mother-in-law's.
Really?
And then my wife's.
Okay.
And then my daughter is getting married next month. She didn't want to wear it, so I put it on a mannequin and named her Lady Morgan.
That's good. Slightly reminiscent of the bride in the Haunted Mansion.
That's it.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
I didn't know about that. That could be a problem.
Oh, yeah. No, that's, oh, it's so great.
And see, you see this ship right here. It's all made out of horns. This was brought to me 2 weeks ago as a gift.
Really?
A friend of mine is Rich. I saw this. You had to have it.
And
he just brought it here. And
that's
so
really
I made
great.
a display out of it. Inside this treasure chest here is treasure from the actual 1715 treasure fleet that sunk off the Spanish coast.
Sure, yeah.
And that's the treasure that we go after. These ships right here, this is the Capitana.
Okay.
And this is the San Miguel. And I just made little displays of what they would look like.
Yeah.
With the treasure just overflowing.
So neat.
Because those are the type of treasure that's what it would look like if it was on the bottom of the ocean. After the wreck.
Right.
That's exactly what it would look like. Just sitting there. Yeah.
This is fascinating. It really is. Because this is my childhood dream. Come alive. So my mind is blown. It's so great. My girlfriend would shoot me if I actually did this to our house. Because she's not a pirate person.
My wife's not a pirate. I can't go in the house with it. I can only stay out in the outside in the garage.
Really? Okay, yeah. So, when we bought our house, my girlfriend was like, keep that Disney crap in your office, and that's your space, and that's it. So great. So tell me the website again so I can make sure to link that up.
Morgan's Cove Treasure Hunt.
Excellent, good. And they can get the book there.
They can get the book there. You can get the website. You can see videos. You can see all kinds of neat things about what's going on at Morgan's Cove.
Really great.
And you can go to YouTube and see some of the videos. You can see the ship coming in on YouTube if you just go to Pirates of Morgan Hill.
Okay.
You punch that in and it'll take you right to the cove.
Great. I'm going to link all that up, and I shot a little bit of video today, too, that I'm going to include as bonus content for this episode, and it's so great. Is there anything I forgot to ask you that you want everybody to know?
Nope. Just look for the book, Dartanian the Daydreamer, and get here for the treasure hunt.
That's great. Fantastic. Well, Rich, this has been fascinating. Thank you so much for having me over today. I really, really appreciate it, and I hope we can tip off some more people to this great little hidden treasure you've got here.
Well, thank you very much.
All right, thanks. And there it is, friends. That is my interview with Rich Firato, a.k.a. Captain Vito Cortana of Morgan's Cove in Morgan Hill, California. If you want to find out more about how to visit and the treasure hunt for $10,000 in silver, he wasn't kidding about that. He's actually giving away $10,000 in silver to maybe your kid, could be. Go to morganscovetreasurehunt.com. That's morganscovetreasurehunt.com. You can find out all about the treasure hunt contest, the book. There's videos there. There's all kinds of good stuff, and you can find out how to visit. Visiting is free. It's very, very easy. He's a nice, super nice guy, as you could hear in the interview, and you can go visit his abode, his pirate paradise for free. So make sure to do that when you are in Northern California. We have a new sponsor on the show today, TeePublic. This is a really cool new company that works with independent artists on t-shirt designs, and I have personally curated a selection of about 100 super neat pirate shirts for you, from funny to sexy to scary. Look, I know you are going to find something you have to have here because I want all of the shirts. All of the pirate shirts are amazing. They're so really cool. They're made by a variety of independent artists who get a very fair cut of your purchase price, as do I. I get a little bit of cut too, so you're helping the show. Go to underthecrossbones.com/shirt to see the shirts that I've picked out for you. And of course, got a coupon code for you. Why wouldn't I? For this week only, get 25% off your purchase with the code Crossbones. And that code is only good until Friday, October the 20th, 2017. So jump on it this week. Get yourself a cool new pirate t-shirt, or maybe get some of that holiday shopping done early. I think I'm going to. Go to underthecrossbones.com/shirt and use the code Crossbones for 25% off. Good until this Friday, October the 20th. I'm telling you, these are so cool. There's shirts from just dozens of different independent artists and all different styles and feels, and man, there's a lot of cool shirts, and I picked out 100 super awesome pirate shirts that you need to check out. So, underthecrossbones.com/shirt, use the code Crossbones for 25% off. We're also sponsored today by Pirate Radio of the Treasure Coast, WKKC-DB, playing the absolute best music and pirate radio talk. You can listen to Under the Crossbones on both their stations. Just go to pirateradioofthetreasurecoast.com or pirateradiotc.com, and don't forget to download their apps. That is the Pirate Radio Treasure Coast app, which is their music station, and the Pirate Radio Talk, which is their talk station. And that's our show for today. Thank you once again for tuning in. If you want to find out more about Rich Firato and Morgan's Cove and go visit this amazing thing he's put together, go to morganscovetreasurehunt.com. And you can find out about the treasure hunt for $10,000 worth of silver there, and the books, and there's videos and all that kind of good stuff. You can also see my video of my trip to Morgan's Cove at underthecrossbones.com/113. That is the show notes for this episode. Lots of other cool stuff I'll have for you there too. Maybe I'll post a couple of those new t-shirts you can get your hands on. We got some cool guests coming up, man. The next couple of weeks, we're going to talk to James Hart, who is the screenwriter of Hook and Muppet Treasure Island. Oh my God, there's our childhood right there. We're going to talk to Jeff Hart and Gertie Stubbs from Buccaneers of the Black Fleet from when I was up in Vancouver, talking to them. We're going to talk to Corey Lefkowitz from the Age of Discovery Productions, who is a prominent member of the pirate community. So lots of good stuff coming up. Keep tuning in. Please do tell your friends. That is the best, absolute best promotion this show can get, is when you walk up to somebody and go, hey, have you heard Under the Crossbones? Not yet? Give me your phone. I'll subscribe you. It's easy, right? It's super easy. Until next week, friends. I'll see you then.